These are the first things that we have to talk. 5 hindrances. There are few categories. Among those categories, the first one that we can talk about 5 hindrances. 5 hindrances which are sensual desire, ill will, sloth and torpor, restlessness and remorse, doubt. There are 5 things. These 5 things actually you can see very clearly. These are very rough. You can experience and you can recognize very quickly, comparing with other defilements. These 5 hindrances are also creation of your desire, creation of your ignorance, creation of your hatred. These are the roots, even for these 5 hindrances. So, sensual desire, ill will. Sensual desire means kama chanda. Kama chanda means, as you know, we like to see pictures. We like to hear sounds. There are particular sounds that you like to hear all the time. There are particular pictures that you you like to connect with that pictures all the time. Pictures, sound, taste. There are some taste that you always wishing to have that taste. And feelings. You always like to get that feelings again and again, again and again. And some thoughts, happy thoughts. There are some attractive thoughts. You attach to those thoughts. You like to get back again and again all these thoughts. Without any boundaries, without any limitation, if someone willing to hanging around with these desires, that is sensual desire. That is sensual desire. So that sensual desire is never ending if you are not controlling. If you are not controlling. Think about in the world, how many things that we are trying to do in our limited time period. We are coming to this world for very limited time. Maybe maximum might be 120. Comparing with other realms, it is not long life. It's very short comparing with other realms. But during this time period, so many things. We are wishing to do so many things. We are wishing to accomplish so many things during this short time period. Why? We are full of sensual desire. We have that sensual desire. So, then at the end, what is happening to us? Time has been going away from us. Then we may not be able to accomplish main goals that we have to fulfill ourselves, because the time is spent with the unnecessary things, because we did not make any boundaries, no any limitations. We just pay attention to get all these desires to fulfill. But it's not happening. Therefore, sensual desire is kind of very dangerous, very harmful things. Therefore, we have to definitely control our sensual desire. And sensual desire has a relationship with ill will. Ill will. What is that relationship? Just think about, there is something that you like to see. If there is any barrier for that, then you want to change that situation. You want to change that situation. Because your sensual desire is very high, very strong. Therefore, whatever barriers are there, you're ready to destroy that barrier. There is a relationship with ill will. For example, this is true story. This happened, I think, few years ago in Sri Lanka. I saw the news, I read that news. Someone was sharing with me. Very interesting. There was a doctor in a village who has a private practice, southern part of the country. So, same village, there was another doctor. Both have private practice. They both are practicing. One guy have lot of patience because he is very friendly and very gentle. He don't want to hurt people to earn money. He is doing his job in gentle way. Other guy was very greedy for money. He don't care about the patient, he want to earn money. But somehow, at the end, that guy was noticing, other guy was, the friendly guy was having lot of patience than the other guy. Then he was so upset because his sensual pleasure, earning money, that was his sensual pleasure. Then ill will come into his mind. I have to do something. I want to do something for this guy who is practicing with me in same village. I want to do something. Having that thoughts in his mind, he gave a contract to underworld team. Using that technique, he destroyed that dispensary, the place where he was practicing. At the end, because of that incident, even that doctor also died. So, police start investigations. At the end, police got all the information within a few months. The other one get into the custody. Still he is in a prison now. But his sensual desire was different. He was driving into different directions. I can be very rich person in the village because all the patients would come to me if I can delete that person. If I can eliminate that person. Sensual desire. See how narrow was it? It completely narrow-minded situation was there. This is the nature of the sensual desire. Our thinking ability reducing with this sensual desire. As a person who want to do something particular benefits for all living beings, thinking ability is very important. Gaining wisdom means we are developing our thinking ability. Wisdom means ability to think deeply, widely and quickly. That is the meaning of wisdom. So we are practicing Dhamma to gain that ability. So sensual desire, how danger, how painful for us, we can see through our life experience. You might have some stories with you. All these stories were the experience that you experience about sensual desires, danger. How danger, how painful, how bad, you can understand through those experiences. So therefore, developing Metta, we have to control our sensual desire too. Why? Otherwise ill will and all other defilements will increase. Arising in our mind, all defilements dominion our mind, driving into wrong directions. We have to be very careful in our very life, because this life is very short. We don't want to be a narrow-minded person. We want to be a wise person, to manage our life into right directions, to develop our wholesomeness. This is the emancipation. And other one is sloth and torpor, tina midda. Someone explain laziness of your body and the mind. It might be, but somehow directly Slotha topa means there is no interest, no energy, no effort to do wholesome things, to do something good, benefits for yourself and others. According to the Ambalattika Rahulovada Sutta, there are three things that we always consider about our actions. Whether it is useful to you, whether it is useful to others, or useful to both. If it is something useful you as well as others and both, that is wholesome. Do it again and again. These are the advices given by the Buddha. So therefore, slotha topa, killing your energy, controlling your effort, driving into wrong directions, your laziness is going up. You are driving into wrong directions, always you ready to postpone things. Not today, I will do it tomorrow, I will start tomorrow. Even meditate. No, not today, I will start tomorrow. Every month in January, every year in January 1st, so many wishes we are making. But few days later, all wishes going away, we don't know what is happening. To reduce our stress, to reduce our weight, to reduce our unhappy, unwholesome things, and to increase our wholesomeness, all these wishes were there. New Year resolutions. But we don't have enough energy, we don't have right effort. So then all the wishes going away, fading away. We are driving into wrong directions and doing wrong things. So slotha and topa arising in our mind because of sensual desire. Because of sensual desire. Because of ill will. Because of basically desire, hatred and ignorance. So we have to take care of all these defilements. Sometimes when you go to schools, kids always asking a question, very unique questions around the world. How many times we read the book, we are not able to memorize things. Why? Their mind full of all these sensual desire, ill will, slotha topa, restlessness, remorse, doubt and everything. Without cleaning our mind, it is not easy to increase our memory. It's not happening. So we have to clean our mind. We have to develop our mind. Without cleaning our mind, there is no way to develop our memories. We don't have memories means, we don't want to keep all the information with us. Information are useless. But we need some basic information to do right things, to practice wholesome activities. So these are basic things. But anyway, slotha and topa is main barrier, main trouble that we have. It's connected with sensual desire as well as ill will. Restlessness and remorse, it is also kind of very dangerous things. Restlessness, you are not able to focus on one thing. Your mind going here and away. I have a simile for this. It's like we are trying to keep a watermelon on the horse. It's never happening. Horse also kind of very active animal. The watermelon is very round and smooth. It's going away. Restlessness is like that. If your mind is not ready, if your mind is not ready to absorb things, so restlessness is there. Your mind is going here and there. It is very natural with undeveloped mind. In Dhammapada it's explained, Durangamang ekacharang asarirang guhasayang ye chittang sanyamek santi mokkanti marabandana. Durangamang ekacharang. It's ready to go away, far away objects. Far away objects. Now we are here. But in 1 nanosecond we can go to Washington DC. We can see White House. We can see Parliament. We can go around the lanes and we can see cherry blossoms. In 1 second. Not only these kind of objects, even though far away means sometimes thinking about future, maybe 20 years, 50 years ahead we can think. You never experience those things, but our mind ready to go. Mind have that ability. That's the meaning of Durangama. Going alone. When it's go, far away object is going alone. Nobody is connecting with you. How many people are here with us? It doesn't matter. The mind, when it started to go somewhere with some objects, is going away. Going away alone. So that's the nature of the mind. This is restlessness. So we have to develop this mind to concentrate. Step by step, we have to develop our concentration. Then we can reduce this restlessness and remorse. So we can focus on one thing. We can go into deeper level to see the roots, to see the reality. Doubt. Doubt is how dangerous. According to the Buddhist explanation, we know our practical application is Noble Eightfold Path. Noble Eightfold Path is our practical application. There are 8 steps, starting with Samma Ditti, right views. Right views is, there are 2 kinds of right views. The first one is mundane right views. Mundane right views. In mundane right views, there are 10 kind of wrong views. Person who don't believe mother, father, karma, this world, next life, and the person who attain enlightenment. All these are the doubts that person has. If someone not able to believe, if doesn't have confidence about the person's mother and father, there's a huge doubt. But in this world we have that problem. Who don't have confidence about their mother and father, they never able to attain enlightenment. Why? That is the first step of right view. That is the first step of right view. Unfortunately, in this world, driving into wrong directions, even though all the experience are there with us, but without taking that experience, we are ready to believe something else. For example, we all can experience, there are 2 kind of human beings, male and female. So you know the lifestyle of females as well as males. So you know, female, when they get ready to produce children, you know that nature. Then one day, male and female mate, then they are ready to produce children. When they conceive, they are ready to go to see the doctor, hospitals, and they follow all the guidance from the doctors and other specialists. Their food system, their behavior system, all these things are happening. 9 months or 10 months later, they go to delivery room and then ready to deliver the baby. Then baby also delivering. After delivering, that baby is alive now, then showing that baby what we say? The God created this baby. Then what about mother and father? Why mother went to hospital? Why mother get all these treatment? What about mother and father? See, blindness. All these experiences are there with us, but we have blind thoughts, blind mind, then we ready to believe something else. Who create you? You create your mother and father. Is there any doubt about that? If you are blind, if you are not to experience these things, then you have, if you have these thoughts, that's fine, because your mind is not clear. You don't have any experience about that. But we all are experiencing all these things. We are growing up with the help of our parents. They are the people who help us to come to this world, and then we ready to attribute to someone else, they create me. How foolish we are. That's why we don't have vision. That's why the Buddha started the Noble Eightfold Path with right vision. You have to have right vision. The first place you have to develop your confidence about your mother and father. If you are not able to develop your confidence about your mother and father, then there is no way to attain enlightenment. That is the first step. So, to get rid of doubt, then we have to open our mind. We have to open our mind. There might be some other troubles with your parents, it is something else. But we have to think about their duty, their responsibility, what they done for us. All these things are very important for this very life. We already experienced those things, so we have to stay with that things, that experience. So this is the way how we can eliminate doubt. Right view, samma ditti. So starting eliminating that doubt, at the end we can attain enlightenment, we can end the suffering. Why? We can realize the truth. We can see things as they are because we have very clear mind. No doubt. We have confidence. So, doubt completely depending on the mundane people. When someone attains enlightenment, they don't have any doubt. Any doubt. There was a conversation with Venerable Sariputta, and there was a monk who was asking, do you believe the qualities of the Buddha? Do you believe? Then Venerable Sariputta said, no, I don't believe. I don't believe. What does it mean? Venerable Sariputta is the main disciple of the Buddha. Then he replied to the other disciples, I don't believe. What does it mean? It means he don't want to believe. He don't have any doubt. He knows about the powers of the Buddha. He has confidence. If you have confidence, there is nothing to believe. So, we are trying to develop our confidence, not to believe. Believes mean you are depending on someone else. Oh, so and so said like this, so I'm ready to accept it, I believe in him. No, you have to have confidence, experience in yourself. So this is the way how we can get rid of doubt. So to experience, we have to develop our mindfulness. Without our mindfulness, we are not able to experience it. So that's why even Metta practitioner or Vipassana practitioner, it doesn't matter. They have to develop, they have to use as a vehicle all these methods to get rid of all these five hindrances and fetters from our mind, fermentations from our mind. That is our duty. That's why we have practiced meditation. Mainly, we practice meditation and all other, which belongs to Noble Eightfold Path. We practice for what? To get rid of all these things from our mind. All these are in our mind, not in our physical form. Sensual desire, ill will, southern torpor, restless remorse and doubt. All these are in our mind. So we have a deal with our mind, not the body. Not the body. 10 fetters. Belief in rites and rituals, sensual lust, ill will, craving for material existence, craving for immaterial existence, conceit, restlessness, ignorance. In here there are 10 things. These 10 things also related to that 5 things, 5 hindrances. You can see directly all these things. But in here, mainly belief in self. Me, myself. Me, myself. Belief in self. It is very strong things. Egoistic thoughts. This is the main reasons to happen so many unwholesome activities in the world. Me, myself. We have that concept. Until attaining Sotapanna, the first level of sainthood, we have these thoughts. Me, myself. We have that thoughts. So, actually practicing Buddhism means we are killing our ego. We are killing our ego. How much we can reduce that egoistic thoughts, that much happiness we can increase. That much metta we can increase. That much metta we can increase. Doubt that we already talked. Attached to rites and ritual. The concept of religion is there. You can't talk about the religion without rites and rituals. Rites and rituals. Rites and rituals are the part of the religion. So, if you are attached to rites and rituals, mean you are a religious person. You are a religious person. What does it mean? You are trying to liberate applying rites and rituals. In here, Buddha mentioned it is fetters that you have in your mind. It is the results of your unwholesome roots. So we are trying to get rid of these thoughts from our mind. It is one of 10 fetters. So that is our duty. So then the concept religion also we have to get rid of. Now it is very clear, you and everybody in the world, the teachings of the Buddha not create a religion. Who create Buddhism? Few years later, there were some people who was not able to understand the message of the Buddha. They create Buddhism. They create Buddhism, not the Buddha. What is the Buddha's original plan? Go against the religion. Why? Through the religion, what we can gain? We can develop our faith, not the wisdom. For your liberation, we have to develop wisdom, not the faith. Faith is blind. You have to develop confidence instead of faith. Confidence comes through your experience. So this is two different things. So therefore, attached to rites and rituals is not for your liberation. It is the way that you connect it into birth and death circle. So if you want to break that circle, then you have to eliminate rites and rituals from your practice. Sensual lust, same, ill will, and craving for material existence. Craving for immaterial, these two things, talking about some kind of beings who live without a form, and there are some other beings with form, physical form, in Brahma world. So some people develop their wishes, their desire to born in that place, that realms. Some people have desire to born in material existence worlds. So it is kind of wishes that we have, but those cravings coming with our unwholesome roots, therefore it is also not helpful us to liberate from samsara. It is also part of samsara, birth and death circle. Conceit, pride, I already mentioned about this, and restlessness, just we talk, ignorance, the last one, ignorance, not knowing reality, that is ignorance. Main ignorance, who don't realize the Four Noble Truth, that is the ignorance. Who don't know the Four Noble Truth, that is the ignorance. Ignorance means not who don't have a degree, who don't graduate from high school, who don't never go to college, university, no PhD, no masters. It does not mean ignorance. Actually, who are holding PhD, they are the most ignorant. I can say it, because I am also holding that kind of things. I am a very ignorant person, because they are in this system, what they do, they are programming in this system to give a certificate for us. Programming, they develop our belief system. Whatever the theories and so many things, collecting and giving and creating so many things, believe it. This is the meaning of gathering information, collecting information. That's the nature of the education system. Ignorance is there. Ignorance means you can't see things as they are. That is ignorance. What does it mean? In Dhamma Niyamata Sutta, the Buddha said, whether Tathagata appears in this world or not, this Dhamma will exist. This Dhamma is established law. It's a natural law. No one can change it. The Buddha explained it in Dhamma Niyamata Sutta. What does it mean? There are three significant things. That is Dhamma. Anicca, Dukkha, Anatta. Impermanence, suffering, selflessness. This is the reality. Who are not able to see this reality, they all lie ignorance. They all lie ignorance. What does it mean? Anicca, impermanence mean. None exists. That is the meaning of impermanence. Not changing. People think impermanence means everything is changing. That is no. You can understand yourself, everything is changing. Going in front of a mirror, looking at mirror, your own picture, you can see the changes. What happened to your body? No? Grey hair, what is happening to skin. Through all these things, you can realize it. The Buddha did not want to come to this world to give some lessons about these changes. Definitely, physics specialists can understand this very well than anyone else, because they are experiencing through their material and through their machineries. So, the Buddha said impermanence means nothing exists. That is the meaning of impermanence. So, it is deep. We have doubt when we have that words, that when we hear just that words, what? Nothing exists? Then who I am? What is this whole? What are these materials? You have doubt. But all these things are creation of our ignorance. I'm confusing you, that is my duty. So, ignorance means we don't realize these three things. That is ignorance. Everything impermanent, full of suffering, selflessness. If we are not able to experience these three things, it means we are like in same boat, we are ignorance. So we are trying to get rid of that ignorance. So now you may able to see clearly the meaning of emancipations of the heart. You don't have any of these fetters or hindrances. Your mind is clean and clear now. Your mind is clean and clear. No hindrances, no fetters, no fermentations, asravas. There are 4 asravas. I did not mention asravas. Nothing. Your mind is clear now. So, person who develop, made habit of, made basis experience, practice well undertaken, 11 benefits are expected. Now, when you practice metta in this level, then 11 benefits are there with you. What are the 11 benefits that you are going to experience? Very simple. He sleeps in comfort. He sleeps in comfort. Do we like to sleep well? It's a basic thing. To sleep well is a result of your metta. When you develop metta, you can sleep well. Why? You don't have doubt, you don't have fear, you don't have worries. When you reduce all the doubts, worries and all these mental matters, so you can get peaceful sleep. It's a result of your practice, metta. You awake in comfort. Not only that, even in the morning, if you don't have good sleep, it is not easy to wake up. But when you get good sleep, you can wake up very happily, like a lotus flower. Like a lotus flower. What does it mean? Lotus flower, when it starts to bloom, everyone can be happy looking at that lotus flower. It's also very energetic, very beautiful. So same way, you can wake up like a lotus flower. He sees no evil dreams. While you are sleeping, if you have any evil dreams, you don't get good sleep after that. You have to think so many things about that dreams, fearful things. No? Therefore, who practice metta, they don't get evil dreams. He is dear to human beings. Human beings like that kind of persons to talk, associate, and to live with them. That person becoming a kind of attractive person among the human beings. He is dear to non-human beings. Non-human beings means in here seen, unseen, or animals, reptiles, whatever. All the beings. This one is very, anyone can experience. Anyone can experience means, as I remember, there was a lady who was walking with the gorillas. One of guy who is, that guy from a newspaper, he wanted to do an article, and having that interview with that lady, the first questions that he asked from that lady, what is the secret that you have? Even the fearful animals of them, you ready to go them to without any fear, any doubt? Yes, I am. Why? What is the confidence that you have? I don't have any harmful thoughts for them. That's why I am directly going to them. even though very dangerous, harmful animals. But they have love, full of love. So when you are living with full of love, they are not doing any harmful things for us. They are becoming very friendly with us. Same as your dog, your cats, your other pets. So therefore we can change not only the human society, even other animals, beings, their behaviors we can change through the metta. That's why the Buddha lived in the forest. Meditators, still they are living in the forest. They don't have any, trouble. Sometimes perhaps there might be some kind of troubles, because there are some even crazy animals who don't know the metta, who don't feel the metta. But generally, all living beings feel metta. All living beings are feeling metta. So, who develop metta, they can live happily, because all the human beings and non-human beings are supporting. Devas protect him. Devas means celestial beings. They are protecting. They are protecting. That they have protections. Seventh one: fire, poison, and sword cannot touch him. This benefits is kind of controversial benefits, but we can think about the power of metta can protect from these kind of troubles. It does mean, but there is a story. During the Buddha's time, there was a lady named Samavati. Samavati, the Buddha declared, Samavati was the most metta practitioner among the male and female. Even though Samavati had enemies, then Magandhya was one of enemy. Magandhya did not like any way to Samavati, so she always tried to kill Samavati. One day, while she was practicing with other ladies, there were 500 ladies who were practicing together. Then Samavati blocked all the windows and doors and set the fire. Samavati and all 500 ladies died on the spot. Then what about metta? They were practicing metta. She was very famous as a metta practitioner. Buddha already declared she is the best with metta. So then what about that fire? So it does means fire will burn your physical body, but when you are full of metta, even though the fire can burn your physical form, it's not able to burn your mind. That is the meaning of any reason, fire or poison, sword, any of these things not create anger in your mind when you are full of metta. That is the meaning of in here. So his mind can concentrate quickly. That's one of very important results. As a result of metta, that person can concentrate very quickly. That's why there are 4 kinds of meditation technique that Buddha introduced us to practice as a Chaturaraka meditation. Metta is one. Buddhanussati, Metta, Asubha and Marana. Death awareness, Metta, loving kindness, Buddhanussati, recollecting the qualities of the Buddha, recollecting the impurity of the life, Asubha, the impurity of the body, that is Asubha. These 4 meditation techniques that Buddha advised to use as a protection plan. as a protection plan for the serious meditator. So, therefore, when someone develop metta practice, they can get into the practice very quickly because their concentration is very high. And his concentration is serene. His countenance is very serene. Anybody can see that person, and that appearance is very nice, calm, kindness is there. That person can see, anyone can see it. He dies without being confused in mind. This is also very important. If you are not attained enlightenment, as a nature, we die, within in 1 nanosecond we are going to get another birth. Because according to the Abhidhamma, Chuti Chitta, and next is Pratisandhi Chitta. Leaving a mind within in 1 nanosecond, taking another place. Pratisandhi Chitta. Why? We are living with desire, we are living with ignorance, we are living with hatred. Nature of all these roots, main roots, we are taking place when we are departing from here. That's the nature. Therefore, the last moment, when we are dying, the last moment is very important to decide our next life. That's why he dies without being confused in mind. At the last moment you can die without confusing yourself. You can have very clear mind. Yes, I am dying now. I know that. Where you are going, you know that very clearly. It is a result of your metta. If he fails attain arahantship, here and now he will reborn in the Brahma world. If you are not able to attain arahantship, attain enlightenment, as a result or as a development of your metta, you can get a birth in Brahma world. Brahma world. So, Brahma world is kind of a place where you don't experience much suffering. That is the only explanation that I can give, because I don't have any experience in this very life. I don't know in previous how many times I was there, but I don't have that memory now. So therefore, I can say only it is kind of a place less suffering compared with this human world. That's why it does mention in here. So anyway, all these 11 benefits are the results of your metta practice. Metta practice. Then let's go to this application to our day-to-day life. So this is very important. Living means talking, walking. By commands coming by our mind. According to our talks and works, we can decide what kind of behavior we have. There are two kinds of behavior, bad and good. What does it mean bad? Harmful to yourself, harmful to others, harmful to both. What does it mean? Greediness, anger and ignorance, all are there. And good behavior, useful to yourself, useful to others, useful to both, you and others. Why? Moral, concentration, wisdom is there. To have good behavior, what we should do? There are 3 activities that we can apply according to the Noble Eightfold Path: generosity, discipline and meditation. These 3 activities are the activities that we can apply our day-to-day life. Generosity means there are 3 kinds of generous idea: giving basic needs, giving knowledge, giving life. In Pali it's called practicing Amisadana, Abhedana, Dharmadana, Dhammadana. Giving basic needs and giving knowledge, giving life. So this giving basic needs, how we can do if we don't have money? If you don't have money, how we can give basic needs to others? Very simple. You can practice it. How? Giving food to your body with metta thoughts. You are sharing food with others who are living with you. Might be your husband, might be your wife, might be with your children. Share things with them. Food, lodging and things. Metta thoughts. What is metta thoughts? By eating this food, may they be well. May they be able to get rid of their suffering. While you are cooking, always keep that thoughts in your mind. I am cooking with the help of this food. Whoever eating, my husband, my wife, my children, my partner, whoever, they may be well, they may be able to get rid of their suffering. May they live long. May they live happily. Having that aspiration, if you can make a cup of tea, cup of coffee, it is also giving basic needs. You practice generosity. Generally, we eat 3 times per day. Mundane people who are living in the household life, they eat basically. Some of them are eating 5-6 times per day. It is something else, but generally we know breakfast, lunch, dinner. So, every and each time, while you are eating, take your food. Because of these foods, I can get rid of my hunger. I can get rid of feelings that I have because of hunger. Your hungry feelings are going away when you start to eat. When you are taking food, think about the beings in your body. How many beings are there? May they take this as their food. You are putting this food to your body. Conventionally, it is your body. But make your mind with metta. May other living beings who are dwelling here, may they rejoice this as their food. Metta is there. So, is there any problem to practice metta every day? Practice generosity every day? No. Not only that, even you washing your dishes, plates, cups, you can think about unseen beings who would be there in the sink. May they rejoice this as their food. That's why they are in there. They are living in the sink. They are waiting some food. You are connecting with that reality, and there you are making your mind with metta. May all living beings who are not seen, may they rejoice this as my food. You can practice metta. You can practice generosity, dana, same time. This is the way how we can give basic things. And giving knowledge. Giving knowledge. Sharing your experience and knowledge. What you know, what you experience, you can share with others to benefits for their self. Metta is there. You are giving advice to your children. Give it metta thoughts. You are giving advice to your co-workers. Give it metta. This is not the way how you should do it. This is the way, do it. This is the way how you have to finish this job. Then you can be happy, I can be happy, everybody can be happy. With metta, you can share your knowledge and experience with others. Inside your place where you are dwelling, in your workplace, even sometimes perhaps on roads, you can share. If someone confusing to find some roads, give directions with metta thoughts to that person. You are practicing generosity. You are developing your metta. Very simple. And giving life. You can't give a life. But we can help others to live happily without fear and doubt. Very simple way. When someone meeting you, crossing you, if you can smile to that person gently, you are reducing fear of that person. You are practicing, you are giving life. When that person is able to live without doubt and fear, that person can increase his lifespan. So, just giving gentle smile to someone, we can practice generosity as well as metta. Generosity, metta. Then every day, every moment we can practice. Every day, every moment we can practice metta as well as generosity. So this is the way how we can apply these methods to our day-to-day life. Then tame words, tame actions, discipline. Why? Our mind is wicked, full of unwholesome thoughts, greed, hatred, ignorance. All these are there with our mind. Therefore, we have to tame our words. The words what you can use, not supposed to use. Words, always we have to concern whether this is helpful to others, whether this is helpful to me. That words are the best word that you can use. It's happening with your metta. And actions. We can do so many activities. Taking a weapon, we can fire to everybody. Particularly if someone coming to your property, you have rights to fire. There was a notice, not our neighbor, next to our neighbor. We love guns, you might be our target, moving targets. There was a saying on his property. We have that rights, but we have to tame our actions. We have to think about whether it is useful to you and others. That is the formula. We have to keep that things in our mind, and we have to develop our discipline. Developing discipline, we can get that support to increase our metta. Through metta you can develop discipline, because all living beings, you can develop your awareness, you can develop your knowledge, experience. All living beings are like to live. All living beings are refusing disturbed, hurts, all these unwholesome activities. So therefore, I have to live with discipline, taming my word and actions. Metta is there. And mind cultivation, trying to get rid of defilements from the mind. That's meditation. You have to meditate. Meditate means you look at your mind. Try to understand the roots of your thoughts that are rising in your mind, and see the nature of even that thoughts rising and falling. Rising and falling. And analyzing, going into deeper level of your thoughts, and then you can see whether it is wholesome or unwholesome. So this is the meditation. In this way you can cultivate your mind. Cultivate your mind. Meditation, the Pali word bhavana. Bhavana, it's explained in commentaries. Bhaveti etayati bhavana. Seeing your unwholesome roots, trying to control that unwholesome roots, that is bhavana. So that is the meditation. So Western meaning is different, but Buddhist meaning is that. seen your unwholesome roots, trying to control your unwholesome roots. That is bhavana. So we practice meditation to look at our mind, not outside, inside. That is meditation. So when we have these activities for our life, so we can develop our mind. When we are able to develop our mind, the behavior would be changed. Our behavior would be changed. Then lack of happiness to happiness, at the end we can go into eternal happiness, which we call liberate from samsara. That is emancipation. No any doubt, no any defilements, no any unwholesome thoughts, roots in our mind. So everything, the deal with our mind, not something else. So I took 5 more minutes, 7 more minutes. Anyway, I think that's enough. These are the benefits of metta practice, the way how we can apply to our day-to-day life. So let's do it. Sponsored by Nike. Thank you very much. Then come back again for question and answer. 10 minutes break.